Was it off and it just turned itself on?
It just said whatever it says like 6 times in a row.
Is it possessed?
Yeah, it might be.
Oh,
It was calling you, apparently.
Friday the 13th, spooky. Hi everybody. It is Friday night. It's Friday the 13th. I survived. We should get little like buttons or medals or something when we survive working retail on another Friday the 13th, especially one in October, because Friday the 13th was Friday the 13th-ing all over us today. It was not a good scene. We made it, survived another one. The chaos of the day, I'm wiping it away and I'm moving on to the new thing, which is we're going to the Gateway Clippers haunted boat ride tonight. I've never done this before. It's new this year that they're doing it. I'm very excited. It's a beautiful night. It's chilly, but it should be good. I have my layers on. We have our flannels. We have matching shirts. And we're headed to Gateway Clipper. Danielle actually beat us here, which has never happened in the history of Danielle and my friendship. Maybe once that she's gotten somewhere before me, but like that's it. And I'm late too, so like it's like late and later.
All passengers.
Oh yeah.
Please come and visit us in our cafe and gift shop. We have souvenirs, great coffee, drinks, and snacks.
Ooh.
Please come and visit us on the first deck of our administrative office building.
If you dare.
Thank you.
Phone from the river, please.
I have definitely dropped phones in the river in the boating. And they sink fast.
I'll be your host, Ron Zombie. Thank you for getting that. And tonight, we'll be exploring the darker depths of Pittsburgh's Three Rivers. Please signify by saying,
I don't like these spooks. I hate Halloween.
that is wise.
Oh my god, I've been given vaccines all day at work. This feels too real. Okay, this is Editing Fox from the future. I just had to pop in here and just emotionally prepare you for what is about to happen. One of Pittsburgh's best urban legends, maybe it's true, I want to believe it's true, is that there was a B-25 bomber plane that went down in the Monongahela and it's never been found. I don't know why when I was a kid I was obsessed with this story, and I used to like make my dad tell me this story all the time. I will link below in the comments the story of this if you're interested in reading more about it. But we were joking when we got on the boat that I was like, if they don't tell the story of the B-25 bomber, I'm jumping off this boat and I'm swimming back to shore and asking for a refund. So they did tell it. So just to prepare you for what's about to come. Sorry.
5 bombers.
They're telling the story about the B-25 bomber!
On January 31st of 1956, Major William Dotson was piloting his B-25 Mitchell bomber over the Pittsburgh area on a routine training flight.
This is my favorite story ever.
And having no equipment with which to land, Major Dodson had to make a hasty decision. He made a splashdown, wheels-up landing in the Monongahela River. The river we first started our journey.
This is a true story.
A few miles upstream, near what is now known as the Homestead Grays Bridge. Initially, all 6 crew members survived the crash. But as the bomber sank further into the 34-degree
It was
water,
only 34 degrees that
sadly,
night.
2 crew members
so
did not
cold.
survive.
Yeah, almost
But
everybody
their
died.
bodies were not recovered for months
Nothing was
after
ever
the
found.
accident.
Nope, it's true.
Within
True
hours,
story.
the Coast Guard cutter the Forsythia was on the scene, and its anchors snagged in the wing of the sunken bomber. But the line slipped, and the bomber sank further into its watery grave, never to be seen again. So how do you lose a 15-foot-high B-25 bomber in less than 20 feet depth of water? To this day, it remains one of Pittsburgh's unsolved mysteries.
Way too long. Uh-oh, here you come. Whee! Uh-oh.
Come on.
Now you can get there.
Up here.
Yes, you can do it.
No, wrong
Oh,
way.
wrong way.
This way.
Back in the bed. Oh boy. Going for a ride. There you go. Oh my goodness. You made it. You made it. Yeah. Are you perfect? Oh my goodness, you look high. You can high off those scritchy scratchies. Yeah.
Look at this one. How violent. He'll be back. Look, his heart's still pumping.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
Hello everybody, it is now Saturday morning. I'm going to close out the vlog from yesterday here, yet again. The earth is trying to kill me. It's raining outside, and usually fall rain is when this situation intensifies, so that's what's happening today. I feel like, I don't even know, I feel so puffy this morning and stuffed up. I don't know. The event last night was fun. However, it was only an hour-long cruise, which a lot of times, like the Gateway Clipper cruises, are 3 hours. It was only an hour long, and so that was like fine in itself. But they were telling these like ghost stories the whole time, and it was just so much information, and it didn't stop. And we were sitting right under a speaker, so that didn't help. But like, I would have liked if they had like told a story and then maybe played a song and then told a story and then played a song. I could not keep track of all the fucking stories that he was telling. So like, the only one I caught really strongly was the B-25 bomber, because that's like one of my favorite Pittsburgh random It's not an urban legend. It's supposedly, it is true. Isn't that how all urban legends are, though, I guess? But the story of the B-25 bomber in the river has been told to me always as a true story. My dad would tell me that story when I was a kid, and I'd be like, tell me the story about the B-25 bomber again. Because, of course, I, like every other 10-year-old in the world, was obsessed with the idea that there is a lost plane in the bottom of the river here in the city of Pittsburgh. You know, the normal stuff. Horses and planes that crashed into the river. Those things. So, anyway, it was really fun, though, and the drinks were hilarious. So we got, they were in the little, like, IV bags, and we actually, like, were able to save the little bags. So I'm gonna, like, clean them out, and then I can put them in my scrapbook, like, paste them in there. But the one was grenadine and fruit punch, and that was like a non-alcoholic one. And when I got down to the bar, he was like, I can add shots to that. So that's what you saw there. He was adding vodka to that. And then the other one was caramel apple vodka and something else. Apple cider, I think. So they were both like okay, but they were both like very sweet and not very strong, but they were just like, it was just funny and like a cute little thing. And then, yeah, so that was neat. The ambiance was cute. They all their decorations and everything. And it was just a perfect, beautiful night to be out on the river. Like, it was just so beautiful to just be like, relaxing, looking at stuff. It was cracking up though, because Danielle and I are always like late. Like, we are like the same person in that regard. Like, we cannot be on time to stuff. And so I do with her the same thing I do with myself, which is that like when a thing is happening, I tell myself or put it in my planner for 15 or 30 minutes before it actually is happening. So that way I am on time. So I did that with her yesterday, and I told her we had to be there at 7:15. We didn't really have to be there until like 7:30. And so she got there before us. I did not think she would be there. If I had told her 7:30, she would have been there at 7:45. You know how that goes. So I told her 7:15, and she actually got there at 7:15. And she's like, where are you guys? And I was like, we're on our way. I didn't think you'd actually be there that early. So she had a drink before we got there, and she hadn't eaten all day. And so we got there, and she was already like tipsy, and I was like, oh dear. So anyway, so that was pretty funny. She was like very hilarious. If you're watching this, Danielle, you were hilarious, and it was a great time. But then she had issues with her brakes yesterday. So her friend went to fix her brakes, and they were like running late, and she didn't think she was going to make it on time. So she told him, just like, if you could drop me off, you can keep my car and then just pick me up later. So that's what happened. So he dropped her off, and she used to work actually as a server at the Gateway Clipper. And so she thought it was one of the 3-hour tours. And so she told him to pick her up at like 10:30, not knowing that it was actually only an hour. So we ended up, the thing was over at 9, and then we had to come back here to feed Layla Grace. And so we just came back here and we ordered pizza, and we watched the end of the hockey game, Pens won, and then we watched Jason Goes to Hell, because Friday the 13th, you gotta watch we usually, every Friday the 13th, regardless of what month it's in, we usually watch Jason Goes to Hell. I don't know why, that's the one. Every so often we'll change it up. We watched Jason in Space last time, I think, which I think is Jason X, I don't know. Anyway, it's set in the year 2001, and everybody in the movie, well, okay, it came out in the year 2001. It's set 400 years in the future or something. Jason's been cryogenically frozen, but every single person on that ship, in that spaceship, is dressed like they're from a Christina Aguilera video, and it's amazing. So watch it for the fashion, if nothing else. If you were, you were a teenager or 20-something in 2001. Wait a minute, that's the year I graduated. Was I 18? Yeah, I was 18. Yeah, I turned 18 in the year 2000. Duh, do math, Fox. Come on now. Yeah, I was 18 or 19 in 2001, and I was like very much like, this is what I wore to the club. This is what they're wearing in space with Jason. So anyway, I ended up like falling asleep on the couch. I was so tired. Y'all, if you work retail or healthcare or service industry or anything with the public, and you see the calendar says Friday the 13th, take that day off. Just stay home. It's not going to be a good day. Nothing good's going to come out of that day. Stay home. So I should have listened to my own advice. But anyway, so I'm going to close the vlog out here. Today as work, I have a short run. Like, I'm just going to do like 3 or 4 miles. And then we are going to dinner tonight for Danielle's birthday, which was Wednesday. And then we're going to watch a movie again tonight. So I might do today and tomorrow as its own vlog, like Saturday and Sunday. But I'm going to close out that Friday vlog right now and start a new vlog I forget, like, I do Vlogmas every year. Why am I struggling with Vlogtober? It's the same idea. I don't know. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe if you are new here. And as always, my friends, take care of yourselves and take care of each other. And I will see you in tomorrow's video.